cows are very smart cows. But seriously, hundreds of thousands of people have adopted cows. I can tell you the cost of this from an advertising point of view, it's nothing. And the loyalty we get is incredible. Joan Rivers adopted a live cow on her television show. Al Gore gave a cow to somebody at the Nobel Awards. I mean, people, we have, lots and lots and lots of people have done this. This is where you build loyalty. Loyalty comes from an emotional place. Loyalty doesn't have to come from a blast of advertising and pounding us to death with messages. By the way, how many of you watch ads anymore anyways, right? I mean, you're TiVoing or you're clicking or you're whatever, blinking past them. So for Stonyfield, we have just figured out a culture, forgive the pun, of using lots and lots of low-cost ways of communicating. So instead of YouTube, we have YoTube. Of course, you have to have the yogurt puns. These are short films, 30-second films, 60-second films, 3-minute films that talk about, the rap song that was mentioned. My daughter's horrified by this. I actually did do a rap. If there's time later, I'll share it with you. Otherwise, go to Just Eat Organic, type that in on Google, and you can see it. But these films, we have people who go on our site, and they'll stay there for 10, 12 minutes watching films about how were the strawberries produced, how are the cows being fed, what's going on with methane, what's going on with packaging. It makes us transparent. Several of our farmers have these, we call them cow cams. They walk around with cameras, and they're just filming themselves talking about a day on the farm. I get these guys on Wall Street who write me thank you notes for, at lunch, they sat there and ate their, wolfed down their lunch and watched a cow chewing its cud. It's not exactly exciting. It's, like this, but it was for them like a vacation. It was like going to the country. We have, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people go to this site to see these. This summer, we asked consumers, hey, instead of us sending you film, send us a film. Send us a little film about your organic moment. When did you discover organic, When were you in the Wilder Family Pavilion and it happened to you? Or where were you when it happened? And we got 2,400 videos that got sent in. That's loyalty. We have millions and millions and millions of consumers now online with us. This is the winner, actually. She won. But this is what I'm talking about with loyalty. So the point that I'm trying to make here, and I'll close with this. I want to share one quick video, and then we'll wrap up. The point of all of this is the Just Eat Organic, is that when you do the right thing, when you commit to a win-win-win system, when you commit to a system of fighting for people's health, of transparency, you not only make a better bottom line at the bottom, but you build the ultimate holy grail of business. Loyal customers is what we all want. When the customer is loyal, you don't have to spend as much to get them again. And like the little old lady in Florida, you get one enormous benefit, which is you get word of mouth. Now, let me just share with you very quickly one 30-second video, and then we'll go to some Q&A. So this, I've mentioned the Just Label It campaign. This is what you will get if you go to justlabelIt.org.
So, how's wrestling going, Jeff?
I'm Caitlin.
You've outdone yourself, hon. This is really good.
Without labels on genetically engineered food, you have no way of knowing what you're eating for dinner. You have the right to know what's in your food. Go to justlabelIt.org and tell the FDA to label GMOs.
So that's what you get. Oops.
Honey, did you leave the oven on?
So anyhow, I share this with you. There's a lot of other fun stuff on our website. Please go, and you'll get a look. You can come follow me on Twitter or Facebook, and we can keep the dialogue going. Again, the bottom line, I really hope you'll take away two things here. One, commerce doesn't have to be about somebody losing. If my experience should be any guide, 28 years, it can be about everybody winning. Our shareholders have won, our employees won. By the way, we have some of the best benefits in the country. If you work at our company for 5 years, you get a 2-month paid sabbatical. This is a dairy company with low margins, okay? And yet we're able to offer literally 2 months paid sabbatical every 5 years. That builds loyalty. Our shareholders have gotten excellent returns on investment. Our farmers have gotten paid very well. Commerce really can be this way. This is the kind of commerce I think we're going to have to be in deal with the problems I shared with you at the earliest part of the slideshow. And the second point I want to make to you is, as whether you go into business or not, just as consumers. And I'm looking right now at the target consumer group. You know that you are, right? All of American business is aiming at you guys, right? 17 to 30 is it. And yet you have to understand that when you buy an item, when you run an item past a scanner, you're voting for the kind of world you want or not. The choice of organic or not is a very political choice. It has a big impact on externalities. You run that item past the scanner, believe me, corporate America spends billions, you know this anyways, to tally up those votes. And so it's why I always like to end my talks with this one remark to underscore to you that you've got a power that is more than any other economic power could possibly match, the power of one to make change. Gandhi said it beautifully. He said, anyone who thinks they're too small to make a difference has never been in bed with a mosquito. And that's actually the way we need to be. Individual purchases add up. This is no item, no consumer product out there, the shape, size, color, you know this, you learn this every day. The cost, none of it is an accident. It's all a result of tallying up those votes. And those votes will swing based on what's being purchased. And I'm not saying you, particularly all of you, since you're all broke and in debt, I know this is the definition of being in school, but I know that you can't afford necessarily to buy an enormous amount of organic goods. But even when you're buying one item, it changes the world. It makes all the difference. Stonyfield exists because of individuals, one spoonful at a time, one consumer at a time. And that's the kind of power that you've got. So thanks a lot for listening to me. Thank you.